If you're thinking about buying a home, there's a good chance you've been asking the wrong question. Most people ask, how much house can I qualify for? But that's not the question that gets people into trouble. The question is, how much house can I comfortably afford without stressing about the payment each month? And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to figure out your real number. Not the number the online calculator gives you, not the number a lender might approve you for, your number. Because there are 4 things almost nobody explains clearly. Number 1, the 28% rule that everyone quotes is only half the formula. And if that's the only number you're using, you could be way off. Number 2, the amount you're approved for and the amount you should spend are often very different numbers. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes I see buyers make is treating these numbers like they're the same thing. They're not.
Number 3, the payment you're looking at online is probably not your real payment. And this is the part that catches first-time homebuyers completely off guard.
And number 4, a slightly better interest rate or a different down payment strategy can sometimes increase your buying power more than getting a raise at work. Most people never realize that. I'm Mike Hengy, your mortgage mentor in Arizona and Indiana. I've been a mortgage broker for over 14 years and helped over 1,000 families buy homes and refinance smarter. And one thing I've learned, that buying a home shouldn't feel confusing. It should feel well explained, it should feel like you understand the numbers, and it should feel like you're making a decision that's right for your life. So let's start with the rule you've probably heard before, the 28-36 rule. You've probably heard someone mention the 28% rule before. The problem is most people only hear part of the story. The idea is simple. Take your gross monthly income before taxes and multiply it by 28%. That's generally considered a comfortable starting point for your housing payment. So if you're making $8,000 per month before taxes, 28% of that is about $2,240. Now notice what I said, starting point, not the finish line, because your situation is unique. Maybe you have no debt. Maybe you have student loans. Maybe you have a car payment. That's why lenders don't stop at the 28% rule.
Example, monthly income, $8,000. 28% housing ratio, $2,240. 36% total debt ratio, $2,880.
Think of the 28% rule like a speed limit sign on the highway. It's a great guideline, but it doesn't tell the whole story. To really understand what you qualify for, we need to talk about debt to income ratio. And honestly, this is where most online calculators get it wrong. This is where I see buyers get tripped up all the time. They focus entirely on income and forget about debt. Lenders use something called a debt to income ratio. Sounds complicated. It really isn't. It's simply how much money comes in compared to how much money is already going out towards other debt.
Example, buyer A, income $8,000 a month, car payment $0, credit card minimum $0, student loans $0. Example, buyer B, income $8,000 a month, car payment $700, credit card minimum $300, student loan $400.
Here's how I explain it to clients. Imagine 2 people making the exact same salary. One has no debt, the other has a car payment, credit cards, and student loans. They may earn the same amount, but they're not starting from the same place. And that's why one buyer may qualify for significantly more house than the other. This is also why paying off debt before buying can sometimes have a bigger impact than increasing your income, because you're improving the other side of the equation. Now let's talk about something that surprises almost every first-time homebuyer. The mortgage payment you see online usually isn't your actual mortgage payment. And this is the part nobody explains clearly.
Principal and interest, plus property taxes, plus homeowner's insurance, plus mortgage insurance if applicable, plus HOA dues if applicable, equals total payment.
Let's use an example. Maybe you find a home online and the mortgage calculator says $2,400 per month. Sounds great. Then we add property taxes, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, and suddenly your actual payment is $2,850. That's a huge difference.
Example, principal and interest, $2,400. Taxes, $250. Insurance, $125. Mortgage insurance, $75. Total payment, $2,850.
This is why I always tell buyers, don't fall in love with the purchase price. Fall in love with the payment you feel comfortable making, because that's what you're actually going to be paying every month. Let's talk about the two things that can dramatically change what you can afford: your down payment and your interest rate.
Scenario 1. Purchase price, $450,000. Down payment, 3.5%. Rate, 7%. Payment, higher. Scenario 2. Purchase price, $450,000. Down payment, 10%. Rate, 6.5%. Payment, lower.
A lot of buyers think they need a massive down payment to make a difference. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not. Every additional dollar you put down reduces the amount you're borrowing, and that can help lower your payment. The other lever is your interest rate. And honestly, a small rate difference can have a bigger impact than most people realize, because that difference affects your payment every single month, not just once, for years.
Rate comparison, $400,000 loan, 7% rate versus 6.5% rate. Monthly savings, lifetime savings.
This is exactly why shopping your mortgage matters. Not necessarily chasing the absolute lowest rate, but understanding all your options and finding the strategy that fits your goals. This is probably the most important thing I'll say in the entire video. The amount you're approved for is not your budget. It's simply the maximum amount a lender may be willing to lend. Those are not the same thing. In fact, one of the first questions I ask buyers is, what monthly payment feels comfortable to you? Not, what do you want to qualify for? Not, what's the biggest house you can buy? What payment fits your life?
Approved amount, $550,000. Comfortable amount, $475,000. Lifestyle difference, emergency savings, vacations, retirement, and monthly stress.
Because if you're consistently stressed out about your mortgage payment, it doesn't matter how nice your house is. The right house isn't the most expensive house you can qualify for. It's the one that allows you to enjoy your life after you move in. Buying a home shouldn't feel stressful. It should feel well explained, and it should feel like you're making a decision that supports your long-term goals, not one that keeps you up at night. So if you're wondering what your real number looks like, and if you'd like help building a homeownership game plan, comment plan below. I'll send you my free homeownership guide and show you exactly how to start figuring out your numbers. I'm Mike Hengy, your mortgage mentor in Arizona and Indiana. And remember, the goal isn't to buy the biggest house you can qualify for. The goal is to buy the right house with a payment you feel comfortable making. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. If you own a home or are thinking about buying one, this channel was built for you. Getting a mortgage should not feel this complicated. But for most people, it does. Too many options, too much jargon, and lenders who are not always working in your best interest. You end up making one of the biggest financial decisions of your life, feeling like you're flying blind. Not sure who to trust, not sure if you're getting a fair deal. I'm Mike Hengy. I've been an independent mortgage broker for 14 years, and I've helped over 1,000 families buy homes, refinance smarter, and make decisions they actually feel confident about. I work for you, not a bank. That means I shop dozens of lenders to find the right loan for your situation, and I walk you through every single step in plain English, so you always know exactly where you stand. Here's what I want to do for you on this channel. Every week I break down mortgages in plain English. Buying, refinancing, move-up strategies, market updates, and the mistakes that cost people thousands. No fluff, just the information you actually need to make a confident decision. Mortgages made clear, confident, and simple. That's what this channel is all about. If you're ready to take the next step, the description has 2 free guides. One's for buyers, and one's for homeowners that are thinking about refinancing. Start there, it's free, and it takes 5 minutes. And if you want clarity every week, subscribe. I'll see you there.